People keep asking me, Walter, what's the best part about being retired? I tell them it's great. I get up in the morning with nothing to do, and by the time I go to bed, I'm only half finished. It's exhausting being this unproductive. If you think you're ready for the golden years, let's see if you can handle the truth without cracking a smile.
Why don't retirees mind being called seniors? Because it comes with a 10% discount and a 100% chance of a nap. What is the official uniform of a retired man? A pair of black socks with sandals and a shirt that says, "I'm not sleeping, I'm just checking my eyelids for leaks." Why did the retiree go to the grocery store 3 times in one day? He didn't forget anything. He just needed someone to talk to besides the toaster. What do you call a person who is happy on a Monday morning? Retired. How many retirees does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but it takes him 3 days because he has to find the ladder, forget why he's on it, and then wait for the early bird special. What's the biggest advantage of being retired? If you make a mistake, you can call it a hobby. Why did the retired man cross the road? Nobody knows, and frankly, neither does he. He's just wandering. See? It's a full-time job doing nothing. And don't get me started on the wives. My Gladys thinks retirement means I'm her new personal assistant. I told her I retired from work, not from my dignity. But then she reminded me who cooks the pot roast. So back to the honey-do list I go. What is the definition of retirement? Twice as much husband, half as much money. Why do retirees always check the obituary section in the newspaper? To see if they're famous enough to get the day off from chores. What's the difference between a lawyer and a retiree? The retiree actually has a chance of being found not guilty of napping on the job. Why did the man refuse to retire from his job as a baker? Because he didn't want to stop making dough. What do you call a retiree who still works 40 hours a week? A consultant. That's senior speak for I'm bored at home. Why did the retired couple go to the gym? To use the silver sneakers discount and watch the young people suffer. What is a retired man's idea of a long-term goal? making it to the bathroom before the commercial ends.
You're doing all right, but let's see if you can survive the final lap. Retirement is like a never-ending Saturday, except you can't remember where you parked the car, and your knees make more noise than the radio.
Why don't retirees use maps?
Because they aren't lost, they're just exploring the scenic route to the pharmacy.
What's the best way to get a retiree to do something immediately?
Tell them it's almost time for the early bird special. Why did the man get a job at the museum after he retired? Because he wanted to be around things older than himself for a change. What do you call a retiree who's lost his glasses? An optimist. He's hoping they'll show up on his head. Why is retirement like a bowl of chili? Because it's mostly beans and a lot of gas. A man tells his wife, "I'm retiring today." She says, "Great! Does that mean you'll finally fix the sink?" He says, "No, it means I finally have enough time to explain why I'm not going to fix it." There you have it, 20 jokes, and I bet you're still grinning like a mule eating briars. Retirement isn't about the end of the road, it's about the beginning of the nap. Now, get out of here and go do something productive. Or don't. I'm gonna go stare at the lawn and wait for the mailman. Tell me in the comments, what's the first thing you're gonna do, or did, on your first day of retirement?